Live from the KATC TV3 studios, this is Acadiana's News Channel at 10. Live from the KATC TV3 studios, this is Acadiana's News Channel at 10.
Yeah, mic check, 1, 2, 3. My microphone is on. Yes, exactly. Mic check, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes, check 1, 2, check 1, 2.
Mic check, mic check. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10.
I pray now that you touch each and every young person.
Right now at 10.
KATC is everywhere in Lafayette. The Northside Vikings remembering one of their own killed in an accidental shooting. The teen's mother with a message for the other teen accused of pulling the trigger.
In St. Martin Parish, an Arnaville family demanding justice over the bizarre circumstances of loved one's death. Plus, a high note for the Lafayette High School Wind Ensemble. The news starts right now.
Live from the KATC TV3 studios, this is Acadiana's News Channel at 10.
And good evening, everyone. Tonight we're hearing from the mother of the Northside High School student killed over the weekend in what police are calling an accidental shooting.
The Viking community holding a vigil tonight for Jo'Nathan Delacroix. Police say he and another student were handling what they thought was an unloaded gun when it went off, killing Delacroix. The guy you see there, Anthony Bellany, is now charged with negligent homicide. Tonight, we're learning just how close the two teenagers were. As our Allison Bourne-Vanek reports, the Viking community says it's an all-around tragedy.
I pray now that you touch each and every young person in the deepest part of their heart, oh God.
Words not only for students mourning the loss of their friend, Jo'Nathan, but for everyone.
The heartache that you have right now would be in vain if we walk away from this place and live the same way we've been living since before Joe died.
Jo'Nathan's mother embracing the support, but her heart for now only has agony, not forgiveness, over the death of her only child.
The one who did it, okay, I used to preach to him too, because I put him in my house. I gave him a roof over his head, okay, and I used to preach to him. But he took my son's life. God gonna let me forgive him sooner or later, but right now I can't. okay? But I know I will.
Jo'Nathan's friends, his basketball teammates, are trying to be there for his mother as much as possible.
She stayed right down the street from us, so I mean, I'm there almost every day. She invites us, she calls us her children, so we try to support as much as we can.
His teammates say their future basketball games will be for Jo'Nathan. They plan on hanging up his jersey, keeping his memory close by.
Appreciate it with all my heart, you know. Yeah, I lost my child, but I done gained many more children now, you know, because they're here for me.
Staying close, getting through it together. In Lafayette, Allison Bourne-Vanak, KATC TV3.
And a GoFundMe account has been set up to help Jo'Nathan's family with funeral expenses. You can find a link at KATC.com.
Here's Rob's 24-hour forecast.
Well, it's been relatively quiet for most of Acadiana, but we do have some pretty healthy shower and thundershower activity ongoing, especially across the northeastern quadrant of St. Landry Parish. Some heavy downpours just moving through Palmetto, heading toward the Big Cane area. This cell mainly heading up towards Avoyelles Parish. For the rest of the night, I think we'll be quiet, but we got to keep a 20% chance in the forecast overnight tonight, and that's how we'll start out tomorrow. Temperatures right around 70 to start the day, and tomorrow, once again, no real focusing mechanism. So with daytime heating, we'll see a few pop-up showers or thunder showers with rain chances in the 30% range. And that's the way it should carry us through tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully a little bit more sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Enjoy it as rain chances go up as we head into Friday. We'll talk more about that coming up in our main weathercast.
Parish by Parish news starting now in St. Martin, where an Arnaville family is demanding answers and justice in the death of a loved one.
George Curley Prejean was laid to rest today. St. Martin Parish deputies will only confirm to us that he died after a fight with a neighbor last week. Though so far no charges have been filed, the investigation is ongoing. Alex Labat talks with Prejean's family and friends. All new tonight.
Well, Mr. Curley was a good man. He was an honest man. He'd give you the shirt off his back.
While authorities won't comment on how George Curley Prejean died, his family and friends say they already know.
I'm mad. Yeah. He didn't deserve to get beat to death.
Deputies will confirm there was a fight with a neighbor. That neighbor is not currently facing charges.
And I come up on the man laying on his back, and he is turning blue.
Prejean's neighbor, Nicole Rogers, says she was one of the first to find him after that alleged fight.
So I tried CPR. I couldn't give him mouth-to-mouth because of all the blood. That's all I could do. But I still felt helpless. I still question if I could have done more today.
Neighbors who spoke to investigators say authorities are looking into a claim the other man in the fight acted in self-defense. But neighbors and family question that claim and say Prejean was injured in an accident a week before.
My opinion, it was physically impossible. I mean, he tried to lift his shirt to show me the scars and everything. I said, don't even try it. And he was in pain trying to do that. So that's how I know he couldn't lift his arm.
In Arnaville, I'm Alex Labat for KATC TV3.
As for any charges, the district attorney's office tells us they are waiting on a full autopsy report before moving forward.
No arrests to report in an overnight shooting in Lafayette Parish. It happened around 5 o'clock this morning on Marigny Circle. Deputies say a suspect opened fire at a vehicle with 3 people inside. No one was injured. Also in Lafayette, police are still looking for a suspect and getaway van allegedly used in an armed robbery in the Target parking lot on Ambassador Caffrey. Police say the armed man demanded the woman's keys and wallet. He drove off in the van you see there, a blue Dodge Caravan with Indiana tags. Police say a woman was also with him. Call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS if you have any information.
In Evangeline Parish, Ville Platte police are looking for a man captured on surveillance video stealing money from a convenience store. Police say the suspect broke into the store on Tate Cove Road last week. The video shows the suspect pry open the door and then leave with an unknown amount of cash. In Acadia Parish, a suspicious fire is under investigation tonight in Rain. It happened at the Sin City Saloon, though investigators aren't exactly sure how that fire started. The building was destroyed.
Iberia Parish Sheriff Louis Ackle responding to calls for him to step down.
When cows fly, I'll resign over something like this. Just that simple. I'm steadfast in doing the job that I was elected to do.
Now, the calls for ACL to step down are coming from the family of Victor White III, who died in custody shortly after his arrest in March of last year. White's family says someone needs to take responsibility for the death, and they say it's Sheriff ACL.
It should fall on him because he's the sheriff of our parish. So he's still not taking responsibility. Neither have they taken responsibility for the death of my son. They're still saying it was suicide. And we still know that he didn't kill himself.
White's death tonight remains under investigation. Looking ahead to tomorrow, where the Lafayette Police Department will host a Police Memorial Day ceremony. The service at St. Barnabas Episcopal Church will honor the memory of 22 Acadiana law enforcement officials killed in the line of duty since 1926. A police motorcade will leave from the police department at 5:30 and travel to the church for services at 6 o'clock.
A possible compromise is in the works when it comes to Common Core. The House Education Committee giving House Bill 373 the green light. The bill would require lawmakers to approve any changes to Common Core, not the State Education Board as it is now. It's an issue that does hit close to home, with some parents opting their children out of tests associated with Common Core, like the PARCC test.
It does hurt the school's overall score if students opt out. So it is, of course, our desire that they would not opt out.
And House Bill 373 now goes to the full House for debate.
UL Spring Commencement is Friday, and Our Lady of Wisdom is hosting a baccalaureate mass tomorrow to celebrate. Faculty, alumni, family, and friends are invited to attend the mass on campus at 5:30. The Spring 2015 graduates are invited to attend in their cap and gowns. A reception will follow at the Catholic Student Center. Checking state news now, a new petition is asking for the LSU mascot Mike the Tiger to retire indefinitely. The university has had a live mascot since 1936, now having Mike the Sixth on campus. But the petition claims that because LSU has a live mascot, it's encouraging other schools to keep animals in conditions considered to be animal cruelty. So far, the petition has more than 69,000 signatures.
Friday is the deadline to file 2014 individual income tax returns. Taxpayers needing more time must submit an extension request by Friday as well to avoid the penalties. The average refund processing time for returns filed electronically is up to 21 business days, and for paper returns, it's about 8 to 10 weeks. Coming up, changes could be in store when it comes to who can donate blood. We'll have that proposal for you at 10:21. But first, Rob's full forecast. It's coming your way right after this.
5th, sometime during the morning hours between 7 a.m. and noon, criminals broke into this residence on Highway 743, ransacked the home, and stole several firearms. The thieves stole an entire gun safe loaded with weapons. Detectives are working on leads and DNA. The investigation continues. A hard-working husband and wife live in this home. They lost more than just valuables when the back door was kicked in. The sanctity of their home was violated. Their peace was destroyed. What if this was your home? Every man wants to protect his wife and children. This husband's only wish is that he had been here when the thieves broke in. He assures me this would have ended different. I believe him. If you're one of the men who committed this felony theft, pay attention. I'm talking to you now. You can't tell me you had it any tougher growing up than the rest of us. You're not a victim. You didn't break into this house because your daddy didn't hug you enough. You did it because you've lost your way, because you've given up on life. But you can turn that around right now. Today, you can start to make things right. All of us fall. It's time for you to stand back up. Turn yourself in, son. If you don't, well, that's your choice. But we will find you. And because you stole firearms, we will consider you armed. So I strongly advise, choose wisely. On behalf of Crime Stoppers, I'm Lieutenant Higgins.
If you have any information on this crime, call Crime Stoppers at 948-TIPS. You could earn up to a $1,000 cash reward.
From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, a few scattered showers in the forecast again tomorrow. Not a whole lot of rainfall, but that may change as we get closer to the weekend. Deeper moisture will return and rain chances start to go up Friday and more than likely stay on the higher side into Saturday. Nothing compared to what we have seen over southeast Texas. Want to show you some video coming out of Houston. This is courtesy of KPRC, right around the Gulf Freeway and the Clear Lake area, which is just south of the Houston area. As you get closer toward, say, Galveston Bay. Anywhere between 6 to 10 inches of rain falling during the course of the day today. Repeated training showers and thunderstorms, and essentially this is what you get in a concrete jungle. You get a lot of water runoff, and in some cases some current as well. You can see how the water's been rolling. Lots of submerged cars, so a big mess for our friends to the west. But fortunately, the rainfall will be abating across the southeast Texas as we go through tonight. Now, locally, not a whole lot going on, but we do have a pretty healthy thunder shower showing up across northern portions of St. Landry Parish, pushing into southeastern Avoyelles Parish with locally heavy downpours, some lightning as you get over toward Highway 105, and this activity is spreading into Avoyelles Parish as well, over by the Taterville area, heading toward Godot, Boduc, and up toward Cotton Port. So heading into we'll say Avoyelles Parish. The rest of us should generally be quiet for the rest of the night. Now, as we go out to the regional Doppler, still some locally heavy rainfall on the eastern side of Harris County, but things continue to abate here. Good news, moderate rain across eastern Texas, more heavy storms up toward Natchitoches and beyond, but things look to be improving across the region as this disturbance that started out in West Texas earlier today is now moving up into Oklahoma and Kansas, and that's where all the heavier weather is going to go. Still lingering moisture and rain chances for our friends across Texas and Louisiana tomorrow. And today we saw lots of clouds from all that thunderstorm activity in Texas. That limited our heating, and thus we didn't see much shower activity. Tomorrow, much the same, but I think we'll see a little bit in the way of afternoon sunshine. So we start out the day tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, and then as we head into tomorrow afternoon with daytime heating, a few scattered showers and thunder showers bubbling up, but we'll go 30% tomorrow. Then things quiet down tomorrow evening. But as we head into Friday, deeper tropical moisture moving in, showers already kicking off by 10 o'clock Friday morning. We'll go with chances of getting wet Friday at 50%, 60% as we head into Saturday. So generally quiet tonight, comfortable temperatures, upper 60s your low. Then tomorrow, mid 80s the high. Few storms possible, but mostly scattered showers. Some limited afternoon sun. Take it, because we're not going to see much. As you can see in the 8-day forecast, rain chances perking up to 50, 60% or better, and it looks like we'll see elevated rain chances at least through about Tuesday, maybe Wednesday of next week, before rain chances come back down to the 20 to 30% range. So again, not much of hope for a completely sunny day, at least in the near term. Typically May, you get some very nice days. So far we haven't had much.
Not too many.
And maybe not too many before the month is done.
It's getting hotter, too.
Yeah,
yes,
we'll be
is.
getting hotter and more humid, that's for certain.
All right,
Alrighty, thank you, Robin. Still ahead, a high note for the Lafayette High School Wind Ensemble. Details at 10:25. But up next, closing arguments in the death penalty phase for the Boston Marathon bomber. Thanks for staying with us. At least 2 people remain missing after last night's Amtrak train derailment in Philadelphia. Investigators say the train went into a curve at 106 miles an hour. The posted speed limit in that curve is 50. Investigators say the train's engineer applied the emergency brakes just before the crash. 7 people were killed, more than 200 injured. Death, life in prison without parole. Those are the 2 options for a jury to decide the fate of Boston Marathon bomber Johar Tsarnaev. Jurors got the case late this afternoon after federal prosecutors made their final arguments that Tsarnaev should be put to death. His lawyers asked for mercy.
In Nepal, still no sign of a U.S. Marine helicopter that was reported missing yesterday while trying to reach earthquake victims. 8 people in all were on board, including 6 U.S. Marines and 2 Nepalese soldiers. Tuesday's quake killed at least 79 people and injured more than 2,300 others. A quake less than 3 weeks ago killed more than 8,000. Toyota and Nissan are recalling 6.5 million more cars because of potentially faulty airbags. Those airbags, made by the Japanese company Takata, are feared to explode and send shrapnel flying at drivers and passengers. The cars in this recall were made between the years 2003 and 2007.
The Food and Drug Administration is outlining its plan to end the lifetime ban on blood donations from gay or bisexual men. Under the proposed recommendations, the men would be able to donate after abstaining from sex for a year. The recommendations are now under a 60-day public comment period. The ban has been in place since 1985, near the start of the AIDS crisis. And still to come, special accolades for the Lafayette High School Wind Ensemble.
I am so proud today. Oh, I am so proud today as I walk around.
Thanks for staying with us. Prairie Elementary in Lafayette holding its first ever Leadership Day today. The students participated in a number of leadership events, with the school's French immersion students even taking part. The goal is for students to develop leadership based on the concepts of the Leader in Me program.
Oh, I am so proud today as I walk around and I see what the kids are doing and what the faculty is doing. So blessed, so blessed.
Tonight, the Lafayette High School Band program being recognized with a special award at its end-of-the-year Wind Ensemble concert. The band was presented with the National Programs of Excellence Blue Ribbon Award, named a Southern Division winner and national finalist. A member of the National Band Association was on hand to award the band for being a nationally recognized music program. And congratulations to all those musicians out there. Travis has sports coming up right after this.
It's time for sports with KATC TV3 Sports Director Travis Webb.
When the NCAA tournament brackets were unveiled,
It's time. It's time for sports with KATC TV3 Sports Director Travis Webb.
when the NCAA tournament brackets were unveiled this Sunday, two thoughts immediately came to my mind. Deja vu and ouch. The Raging Cajuns welcome, based on the RPI, the toughest regional in this year's field, and two teams probably with some revenge on their minds. Claire Langlois previews the road ahead.
At this point, making the NCAA softball tournament seems like just another day on the job for Coach Lotif and his gang. In the past 26 years, the team has missed out only once, but that doesn't take away from the joy.
We certainly are excited to be hosted, and our kids are ready for the challenge.
We're super excited and we're super thankful that we're hosting a regional here, and we're going to prepare this week hard.
The 13-seed Cajuns will play host to Weber State, Mississippi State, and Baylor, who the Cajuns beat in a series earlier this season. The idea of a rematch has the Cajuns ready to go.
We've seen them. We have scouting reports on them. So, I mean, it's exciting to play a rematch of games that we played earlier in this season.
I definitely think they're going to be out for blood, probably, since they lost twice to us this year.
Aside from the advantage of team familiarity, the Cajuns also have last year's College World Series experience to draw on.
We have older kids to help the younger kids like DJ and Aaliyah and Kelly that weren't on that big stage last year.
Young or old, all of the Cajuns have their eyes on working their way back to OKC and the chance to be the collegiate champions.
If you want to win it all, you got to win every game. So if to be the best, you got to beat the best. So, you know, you just got to win every game from here on out.
Claire Langlois, KATC, TV3 Sports.
Thank you, Claire. Different story on the other diamond. Certainly not a stacked field awaits in next week's Sun Belt Conference tournament. Typically a 2 or even 3 bid league in the NCAAs. It will literally be winner take all next week in Troy. That makes this weekend against ULM that much more important. The Cajuns still fighting for seeding and still in search of an answer for consistency at the plate. No Cajun bat outside the top 4 bats over 400. And while it hasn't showed just yet, Coach Rowe believes a late season pickup could very well be on the way.
I think what we've got to do is try not to focus too much on the hitting and just make sure we keep pitching and playing defense, because I really believe those guys, they're older guys. I think they'll give us something before it's over. If we stop pitching and we stop playing defense, then we won't have a chance.
A second chance for LSU's Jared Foster after being ruled ineligible for postseason play last weekend. The senior reinstated last night. The Barb Products appeal to the NCAA granted after what Paul Maneri described as an obscure rule. The law states that a student must pass at least 6 hours that apply to any major offered at the school, not the student's actual major, as was originally thought. Pitching, certainly the name of St. Thomas More's game. The Cougars back in the state tournament for a 4th straight year, thanks in large part to one of the top rotations in the state. Those arms will be on full display with a semifinal rematch. The Cougars get St. Michael's Thursday, a team STM beat in the same round 1 year ago. Gary Perkins' squad had a 20-game win streak snapped last weekend against Neville. That setback, however, proved that after cruising to the quarters, the Cougars have a little moxie ready for Sulphur.
We couldn't get it done in the first 2 games, so kids really bounced back good in the 3rd game. Played one of our better games this year, so we're looking forward to it. We're excited. We pitched pretty good this weekend, played real good defense this weekend, and we seem to have a little bit more timely hitting than we've shown in the past.
Other LSU news today, New York Giant wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., your Madden 16 cover boy. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Hey, pretty strong thunderstorm ongoing. That's that same storm that moved out of St. Landry Parish. Now it's in Avoyelles Parish, and the National Weather Service putting out a special weather statement. Maybe some small hail, seeing plenty of lightning with this cell. Torrential downpours heading for the Marksville area over the next 15 to 20 minutes. So be on the alert for some threatening weather there. Shouldn't be too severe, but as we go down the road, we will see higher rain chances for the rest of us as we head into the weekend.
All right, thank you, Rob. That's all the time we have, everybody, for Acadiana's News Channel at 10 o'clock this Wednesday night.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight. We hope you have a great one. Good Morning Acadiana starts at 4:30. We'll see you back here tomorrow.